I will say. But I kind of find it funny that out of all of the time frames we could have used throughout the week, everyone decided to just stick to Mondays for running a weekly cup. I kind of understand it with like the Korean event and the the European event, because it's like those are like flagship times for our streams. But I was kind of surprised when the America event was also on a Monday. It's like now we are back to just having the same problem as before, which is that we literally have 16 hours straight of cups. It would probably be good to split them off across a couple different days, but well, Mondays will just be cup day forever. Maybe that's just a new thing. Maybe that's just how it is from here on out. Bottom left, MaxPax is our Blue Protoss player here in the grand finals of our second edition of WardiTV Mondays. Again, brought to you by Winter Gaming, Loco TV, WardiTV, and OSC. Thank you everybody who have come together to support these events. Guaranteed throughout September at $400 per cup, and guaranteed throughout October at the very least for $200+ per cup at the moment. In the top right-hand side, our red Zerg player is going to be Shin. As we get into this grand final of today's cup, best of 5 ZVP. I just want to make a quick mention, in case this goes up on YouTube as well. I think it's important to say this during the games, but if you guys do enjoy these events and you do want to support, one way to guarantee 100% of your support, 100% of your money goes into a tournament prize pool is via our Patreon page. Patreon.com/WardiTV. Becoming a patron there, anything you pledge, every time we get a payment from Patreon, it goes straight into the bank account which the prize money comes out of, and it will be given out as StarCraft 2 prize money. So if you always thought about supporting, but you're not sure, and Twitch subs we only get some percentage of, or whatever, Patreon is the guaranteed 100% guaranteed way that everything apart from a very small amount of transaction fees, everything goes into that prize money that we give out to players. So if you want to check that out, that's !Patreon in the Twitch chat, or patreon.com/WardiTV if you want to write it. It'll be in the YouTube description as well if this does end up on YouTube. But let's talk about the game, because we have a third hatchery being proxied near this rich Vespene. And with that rich Vespene coming up, we also have that gold base. So MaxPax takes this gold base, and then you're going to be on the other side of this with unit production, spine crawlers, etc. to deny the gold base of MaxPax and Shin. Played a very aggressive set of games against Clem and Cure earlier, and he's going to bring the aggression to the ZVP matchup as well. As the Stargate will start up, Overlord moving up to the top, and that probe of MaxPax pulling back down to the bottom left. Going to be seeing now links be coming up, a couple drones, probes, stalker, warp gate, all of that continue to come about here for the moment. It's going to be seeing again the oracle and the warp gate coming through, the stalker still producing in, and the oracle popping momentarily as the hatchery finishes up. A couple of spines will start. MaxPax sees this for the first time now, as there'll be creep on his mini-map. If he's aware of that, he will know what's up. He starts up a battery here. I'm not sure what that's going to do. He's going to start 2. I'm not sure that's going to protect you from the spines. I actually think it would be okay if it was like roaches or something, but I think the fact this is spines is very tough, although there is going to be an oracle. One of these is a spore crawler, by the way, so there will be some anti-air to deal with the air units of the Stargate. Void Ray being built. And Shin will have the Rich Vespene gas to utilize as well, which is kind of cute. Builds 3 drones off this base now. Spore, spine, attack. The spore burrows, the 2 spines will burrow, and I can only imagine that these probes are going to have to evacuate, right? What do you prioritize? Do you prioritize the battery, or do you just start going after some probes? Well, the probes just pull away, so I guess that makes that choice much simpler for you. As Queen will add into the fight. Obviously, one battery in the background there will actually start to heal. That's a little bit of a mistake in my eyes, because I think the battery that is, I was going to say the battery which is already taking damage might be the one you want to prioritize healing on. Queen is not hitting that Void Ray, so the Spore Crawler goes down. The Void Ray is going to live through this, and now we're going to be in trouble. We do not actually have enough anti-air to fight the Void Ray, so the Spine Crawlers get pushed back. Super Battery active, the probes come back to mining, and one Spine Crawl already dead, and it feels as though we are on our way to seeing this being a complete shutdown. MaxPax defense early in the game is looking darn beautiful, and yes, he is going to get rid of that Spine as well, I believe. No, he actually unburrows and moves away a little bit further. And that Void Ray, there was just never enough damage on the Void Ray. The Queen never really got onto it. I believe the Queen was continuously fighting the Stalker, trying to get rid of that Spine again. Now double Spore Crawler available, but we are also at the point where there's 2 Void Rays. That damage is racking up. Oracle across the map has gone for 5 kills already in the game, so Oracle's doing pretty well. Feelings at the front are going to be blocked by an Adept Warp in as well, so that's not going to go anywhere. These Voids will activate Prismatic Alignment. They're going to go for a Spore Crawler, force that to unburrow and relocate. Now going to have free reign onto the spine. One of those Queens is extremely low too. Would be amazing to be able to pick that off. We're going to run out of Prismatic soon, and I think that's time to just back it up. If you're not doing the bonus damage to the armored structures, there's no point fighting those armored structures. It's just too much damage being taken, especially right now where your batteries are pretty much going to end up drained of energy in full here. So, getting to that point very shortly. As I do have Roach Roar and a few more Lings and a couple of Queens all still coming out. Void Rays will go back onto the Spores. Super Battery will activate. The Queen's still fighting. One Queen goes down. Spore Crawlers still getting hit. Just going to be seeing that Spore Crawler going down as well. So that's another bit of anti-air going down. Next Spore Crawler falls. Now it's Queens versus Voids. And a third Void Ray shows up just to make this really a pretty miserable scenario. The Queens will not have, well, transfusions really available much longer. I think that Queen on the top actually does have a transfusion soon. Yeah, it has a transfusion now, but it doesn't go onto the onto the other Queen. Now another Spine Crawler goes down. I mean, this has just been completely shut down. We're starting to make Roach Ravager, but what does Roach Ravager matter if these Void Rays are going to completely dominate and still be a big threat in the skies? Okay, we've got Spores moving forward again, but we are going to have opportunities where we can get rid of those Spores with some Prismatic Alignments once more. There's one Prismatic Alignment being popped right now. That Spore Crawler will go down. We're going to move on to the other. The Queen is stuck in the background, and Roach derping there with that Queen. So that gets kept away for a little bit. Still utilizing the batteries nicely. Ravager's starting to go down. Another Queen, maybe about to fall, but a new one pops as well. We're actually going to focus the Spore here. We've got the Super Battery, so we can guarantee we stay in range of that Spore Crawler. Transfusion comes down. Now the Spore will die. Queen's dropping. No, the Spore still lives. 3 more Spores start as we desperately try and make something happen. Queens from across the map. Here come reinforcements. We're actually going to keep this Spore Crawler alive. 2 Prismatic Alignments is not. Oh, it's actually going to be enough. The other Queens did not get there in time to transfuse. We are very low on that Void Ray, but the battery got energy back. We heal the Void Ray back up. It stays alive now. It's Queens versus Void Rays. One Void Ray will go down. Shin gonna force the probes away. The gold mineral line probes starting to actually die here. We also have an attack on the third base, which MaxPax took during this. MaxPax is also about to be on Blink. For all the excitement on the gold, we're actually going to end up with MaxPax, I think, in an extremely comfortable position with a massive Blink Stalkers +1 finished. This was more exciting for the fact that we ignored the entire idea that MaxPax was actually building up successfully behind this. Ravages and Queens continue to fight. Corrosive Vials coming down. Nexus will take a little bit more damage. Stalker still coming up from the low ground. GG says Shin, a very cool attempt to take the first game off of MaxPax, but that is not quite going to be enough here this time. MaxPax will take game 1 of the best of 5 fight. Game number 2, we have in the top right-hand corner of the map, defending on the previous game, getting us out over here. This is going to be MaxPax up 1-0 in this best of 5. Bottom left, our red Zerg is going to be Shin. Game 2 here. Let's just see our probe going to move across. Just going to get into that natural gate. Probe. A couple of drones all on the way. Getting that set up and ready to go. In this game 2 of this series. So, second game of our match. Shin needs that good luck more. What's actually the history between Shin and MaxPax? Let's have a little peek here as I just try to type in Aligulac and then see if me. Oh my god, like I'm literally clicking aligulac.com. What is my phone doing? I'm literally clicking aligulac.com and it's taking me to freaking search results. My goodness. Alright, let's see what the history is between Shin and MaxPax. Match gas pool coming down and through, coming on and away. Probe just scouting a bounty early, and obviously Shin is going to go back to building a Not quite a normal hatch, but it is not across the map. He's going to take the gold base early, though, so he's going to try and utilize that a little bit here on Alcyone and try and make something of this. As that Overlord continues to scout up to the top. Stargate on the way for MaxPax, so very standard start for him. MaxPax and Shin played 3 times this year, 2-1 in favor of MaxPax. Shin actually won the only best of 5 they played in the OSE Championship lower bracket. MaxPax 12-5 all time against Shin, 31-19 in maps though, so a little closer in maps than it is in series. I think overall that kind of makes sense. The actually first time these two ever met was the WardiTV 2021 main event. As Shin won against MaxPax 3-0 in that one. They also played WardiTV 2022 Summer Championship round of 4. MaxPax won that 3-0. This is their 5th meeting in the WardiTV tournament. I'm actually surprised by that. Shin and MaxPax to me are the sort of players I would have expected to have played each other a few more times throughout the course of WardiTV tournament history. As our depth comes over, Ling just going to get chased away. Warp gate continues to come up as well. A couple more probes coming out. Our Ling speed building through. Spore Crawl is building on the side of Shin. And the hatchery coming up on the 3rd base. So again, a 3rd hatchery on the way. Of course, with that gold base early, Shin going to be experiencing a nice little bit of boosted economy. A couple of adepts get over there. A single Zergling already going down. Queens, Lang's gathering up. Just going to be seeing a couple queens gathering. And next is on the way. Couple of probes in production. Just going to see a hatchery about to finish as well. Oracle activates, gets a creep tumor actually as the Twilight Council, the Nexus, the Oracle. A couple of probes all continue to come on through. Just going to get those drones continuing to mine it up. 14 Lings still in production as our Oracle dives in. The Queen is going to fire back. The Oracle will take some hits and get pushed back the other direction. Lings and Queens are on a march across the map, so here we go. Ling Queen push. As Queens are walking, Lings are going to show up early. This is a little scary for MaxPax because right now he's got Adepts and Oracles, and the Oracle is not all back at home. If you activate them early as well, they're not going to be able to fight during kind of the main portion of this fight. MaxPax seeing the Queens now. Is he really going to try and hold on this 3rd base location? I feel like that is a mistake personally, but let's see if he can make something of this. It just looks like he's completely underprepared for it. However, the Oracles will stay alive. You lose a few kind of lower tech gateway units, and then you're going to lose the 3rd without many probes going down. I mean, I guess it's a bit of a shame because it felt like the Stalker and the few Adepts could have stayed alive, but I guess it wasn't completely terrible. Blink on the way, MaxPax readying up his follow-up. Stalker's now warping in. He'll play off of these 2 bases, and Shin building the drones in the lair so you can actually see some other tech in this game. So far, it was looking pretty techless for him. Again, Blink coming up, Forge in the battery coming through, a couple more pylons coming out as well. Still got that Hydralisk Den in production. The Oracle's going to activate again. 2 drones going down, make it 3. Nice to, again, get some damage on the gold base of all locations. Way to slow your opponent down as much as possible as MaxPax starts +1 attack. Seeming like he has enough Stalkers now to move out and take the 3rd base on the minimap. He's starting to put his units back over there. This is a group of Lings, though, that might try and threaten that entire idea or that concept of attacking as Oracles throw down a Revelation back on the natural as well. Oracle's coming across. Just going to be seeing Hydras. Groove Spines on the way in. Stalker's going to gather up with those Oracles. I'm just going to continue through. A couple of Lings going down. The Overlord taking damage also. Lings pull back up to the top right. Blink will finish soon. Lings are going to get a wrap around on those on that Nexus. The Stalkers and the Oracles will fight back. A few more Lings going down currently. Still got that Groove Spines on the way. It's going to finish up very shortly as the Hydra Den Pumping out Hydralisks. 7 Hydras coming through. 18 Lings are coming about. 4 more Stalkers warp in. Stalkers will get there, just picking off a couple creep tumors. I mean, this game is honestly going to settle in a pretty okay position from MaxPax. However, I mean, I'm looking at some of the numbers. I think this is Shin obviously cutting workers to hit a big Ling Hydra timing, right? Once that Hydra speed kicks in, I think he's coming from MaxPax's head in this game. There's no reason not to be starting to set up additional drones for the 4th, etc. I feel like Ling Hydra at this time, is that going to really be enough? It might actually be best if MaxPax is attacking into Shin. Right, then Shin may be able to jump on the zombie with a bit of creep spread, take a very good fight, and then transition that through to a big old push across the map afterward. Maybe that's the way that this will go, as these Lings start to run forward. Stalker's blinking back again. Super Stasis Ward catching just a couple of those Lings already. Stalkers will get rid of the Overlords. The Overlord goes down, +2 attack coming up. Hydras, Queens continue to take damage as well. Our Stalkers will continue to fight. Hydralisks still getting pushed away. Queen's taking damage also. I mean, this is MaxPax on the aggression, but like I say, Shin is set on 57 drones for a while, so you got to imagine he's got a good amount of use to fight with. Lings are swinging around to potentially wrap around these Stalkers as well. Stalkers make a blink, good stasis to slow down the Hydras. Stalkers have blink on cooldowns. The Lings are not going to get that good of a surround, honestly. MaxPax just slips away in time. And now Shin is still just building Ling Hydra, but now MaxPax kind of knows what's up. He's going to start shaving off a lot of these units as they come across the map as well, so he's getting even more value out of his Stalkers. The more times those Stalkers get to take a fight and blink away without taking anything more than shield damage, the more efficiency you get out of them, the better off you're going to be in the long term. As time ticks by, the gold-based mine's out as well from Shin, so he gets less income, and he becomes less powerful overall in this game. Yes, we don't have splash damage right now against Ling Hydra, and that's a scary concept, but we have a ton of Stalkers, and they can play very efficiently. We're actually almost out of Lings here, which means that the Hydras are going to start going down. Hydras do not do well when they actually have to take damage. They are not meant to be tanks. They are not meant to be the frontline units. That's what the Lings are meant to do in this composition. But obviously without Lings, it's the Hydras that are up next. And that's where the supply will start to drop very quickly here from Shin. It will kind of plummet off a cliff, really. Stalker's getting a few more shots out. Hydra's still coming about. Robo facilities starting to be depowered. Just 3, 4 more probes, 5 more probes going down. We're starting to get some damage done. Still feel pretty okay for MaxPax, as it's just a case of dealing with these Hydras, although he's actually going to pull probes. He's a bit afraid. Maybe that Stalker can't quite do enough. It looks as though maybe it can't. Wow, I actually really thought MaxPax's Stalkers were going to start kind of getting to a point where, like, okay, they're hitting the Hydras, but too many of them going down, and MaxPax says GG. Shin is going to take game 2, tie this up 1-1. We are going to have in the bottom left-hand corner the blue Protoss player MaxPax battling against the red Zerg in the top left. It is Shin here in game 3. And we get a another map. Honestly, very impressed by Shin today. I feel like he's providing some very cool games and actually showing us some stuff that I was not really expecting of him. Definitely kind of embracing that chaotic Zerg style of just, I'm going to proxy, I'm going to do things weird, I'm going to hit timings. And really just kind of saying, hey, look, guys, opponents, if you make mistakes, I'm going to punish you for them. Like, you've got to be really spot on with these defenses. And if you're not spot on with the defense, you're going to be in trouble, you know? Final hatch and pool coming up. No gas just yet from Shin, and MaxPax will see that, so knows the Ling speed is not going to be one that comes quickly here, and maybe that's something you can change a little bit up to try and punish with, so something to think about on that regard. Extractor finishes now. Drones be nibbling at that pro to try and get it to back off. First Lings and first Queens will start to build. Cybercore's about to be done. Again, our Nexus is not far from finishing either, so getting that completed here. As drone's going to nibble through these minerals, open up this passageway to the left side of the map, and maybe just the base over there as well. Maybe feels as though that's going to be a difficult one for MaxPax to reach and attack early on. If MaxPax cleans out the rocks on that left side, though, I don't think that's that difficult of a base to attack into. Guess we'll see what Shin's plan is there. There's that hatchery then, so just going to expand out to that left-hand side as we obviously saw coming with that drone nibbling up the minerals, opening up that wall off position. Get into the main. Couple queens and lings, going to go chasing after set of depth for a little bit there. We have ling speed about halfway done, more lings and drones all coming out. Hatchery continuing in. Continue to get that going. Again, Oracle coming through, the warp gate's halfway done. Hatchery building up here. Looking beautiful. Pro organizes one tournament a day. Well, I'm just making up for lost time this year. We really did not run as much stuff this year as we usually do, so this is me trying to make up for that, you know? Trying to get us back on track, as I've said a few times. Then yeah, I'm very excited for next week, man. We got a lot of stuff planned next week. It's gonna be a lot of games. Should be very cool. Like I say, the next few days are gonna be full of qualifiers and stuff as well, so also looking forward to that. As these feelings are going to move across, just going to go running across towards that adept. A couple queens coming over as well. Have the Oracle activating, drone taking some shots. A couple queens going to get there, the Oracle getting chased away one more time. Oracle still trying to find a way in, but actually pretty good defense for the most part. Only a single kill on the Oracle. This one is, though, going to get a couple of kills. So nice for MaxPax to finally start getting some damage. And Shin did a great job of just making sure the Oracle couldn't do too much, but it's so hard to consistently do that. At some point, there's almost always an opening to be found, and I would say we kind of found it there. Well, that pushes those lings back. Twilight Council and Forge still building. Lair continue to come through as well. He's going to be there. Oracle getting pushed away. Stragglers continue up. +1 and blink. The choice from MaxPax. Not too surprising of a follow-up for the moment. Queens in the fight, Queens are going to be there. Some yellow surround on those adepts. Damage will be done. 3-4 drones going down. As, again, MaxPax does find the ways just to get in, strike a little bit of damage, get a little bit out of this, then just get out in a very comfortable timing and window as well. So doing a great job of that. Stasis Ward coming down one more time. And a little cancel there. Stalker's still moving about. +1 and blink continue through for the moment. Infestation Pit just going to be coming online again. +1 missiles, the 20 extra lings coming through as well. So we continue to bring that back over. Overlord there is going to get grabbed. Brought off to the side as well. So it's going to fight. Couple creep teams going down, and again, this is what I was talking about attacking up this left-hand side. Definitely not impossible for MaxPax. Quite choky as well, as he can pull back into those stasis wards nicely. Shin is going to try and make his way. Oh, that's a huge stasis. He's going to make his way towards that hive in the lurker den. That's obviously away from being done, so it's going to be interesting. We actually blink across the caught-up lings right there, so we can actually start a fight again ASAP. Obviously, that means that these Stalkers are on a blink cooldown, but that should be done now, and actually that may not be that much of an issue. Queen's starting to take some damage. Hydra's popping out. I think MaxPax is going to have to get away now. The lings come out of stasis. Oh, another stasis catching a bunch of lings once more. Damage done again there as some Hydra's coming through. Oh, thank you so much, Servar, for the donation of £8. Thanks for organizing more SC2. Hell yeah, thank you so much for supporting it. As always, the donations and all sorts always help towards games like this happening. As MaxPax 1-1 with Shin here in the finals of this WardiTV Monday Cup. Thank you so much for the donation, as our Hydras are going to push back a couple of the Stalkers there. MaxPax this time looks as though he will have more success getting toward the Robo Bay and getting towards the next set of tech here. So the Robo Bay coming online, +2/+1 is coming in. All of that coming about currently. Stalker's trying to push, a couple Hydras moving around. Hydra's still there. Stalkers get pushed back. We will see the Robo Bay about to finish. Stalker's trying to fight. Hydra's pulling back through. Zealots are going to sit there and fight, and a few of those lings will start going down. A couple of extractors on the fourth base coming around as well, but most importantly, the thing is that MaxPax is being held off by Shin so far. The longer that MaxPax gets held off for, the more tech Shin gets online, the closer we see to Shin really taking a bit of a run at things in this game as our Stalkers will continue through. A couple of Queens going to be in trouble. One Queen going down. Second Queen, third Queen. I think Hydra going to run up. Those Stalkers get pushed away. One Stalker goes down immediately. Still got +2/+1 on the way out as well. Again, a few more Zealots coming through. The Fleet Beacon, coming up as well. Zealots will chase forwards. Just going to see Stalkers blinking over that left-hand side. Lurker's still chilling. A couple of shots coming through from those Lurkers. Stalkers still pulling back. The Lings and Hydras are getting a wrap around. Another nice stasis. Again, a few more catches there. Well, Ling Hydra Lurker just going to open up these rocks, and that's going to give you more counter-attacking opportunities, which the Zerg is probably going to start looking for at this stage, I'd imagine. I think it is getting to that point where that would be worth the while. That's going to show up on the right-hand side, but we actually have a major push from Shin, and he's got Lurkers as well, so he gets up and into position. This can be extremely scary. The Disruptor's fortunately there to help stop those positions being taken initially. We got a warping into the main base. More Zealots going to come through here. That's great damage. Already 13 drones going down as the Zealots from the fourth going to the third as well. I mean, it's going to be kind of an interesting scenario because I don't think... Oh, MaxPax walking through the Lurkers. Revelation came in late. Oh, too late to justify jumping on it. Massive mistake from MaxPax. A move command that's going to cost him a whole chunk of supply. That is going to be completely painful there as a Disruptor shot or two continues out. Lurkers will be going down. Shin and MaxPax's supply both evening out. Remember, Shin just took a lot of economic damage and is still in trouble. Zealots are still working across the map. But MaxPax loses a base here, expanding up the left-hand side instead, so trying to change the avenue of attack there. More Lurkers going down. The Lings are still getting caught. Drones coming over. A few Lings are going to come about. They're going to get some surrounds as well. Just going to be seeing the Snipers and still continuing through from the moment. Lings is going to go around the back and again continue to try and dive on forwards. Stalkers and Archon's going to be supported by Tempest as well. MaxPax figuring out ways to actually fight against those Lurkers more effectively. I think MaxPax has done it. I think that attack of Shin was terrifying, but with the base coming up on the left side and the Lurkers slowly getting cleaned out and with so much damage taken by Shin, I think MaxPax is putting himself in a position now where he's going to be good to go. That's a nice turnaround, and that Disruptor hits a couple of Hydras. Disruptor shot will be good for a Lurker as well. Tempest is just huge. It's not a great answer to Tempest right now. I want to see if the Hydras can get underneath them, then sure, but that is by no means a guarantee just yet. does. Let's keep on firing. Oh, we blink forward, but Link is unburrowed, and we actually dove forward there as Shin, just as MaxPax was sending it. Disruptor goes off for a big hit. Tempest will be able to hold back. I mean, honestly, a good moment to engage from Shin just because MaxPax decided to go forward as Shin came forward too. Hydras and Lurk is still being chased about. Tempest, Archon's coming around, +3, +2. +1 air weapons coming by as well. Just going to see our Hydras. Now Lurkers keep on moving. Good disruptor shot. Going to hit a couple of those Hydras as well. Mothership going to get jumped on. That'll go down. Doesn't do much. Activated cloaking goes down a moment later. But Shin is still behind so much supply. His army just doesn't cut it in the long-term game. These Tempests are going to continue to just clip on through. And just get so much done. Link, Hydra, Lurker will not be enough. And Shin is going to have to type GG to give MaxPax advantage again in this series. MaxPax retakes the lead and now unmatched in the top left-hand side. Our blue Protoss player from Storm Gaming. This is MaxPax, as he is taking on the red Zerg. In the bottom right-hand side, we have Shin going into Game 4 of this best of 5. Shin 2-0'd Clem. Yeah, some aggression from Shin. Got the job done against Clem. There's been proxy hatching and all sorts of fun stuff all day, honestly. It's been really fun to watch him play. He's been playing some very fun StarCraft 2. Very different from what you might typically expect. I mean, kind of, to me, very typical to Shin, but, you know, Shin has not been only an aggressive player and so on lately, so, yeah. That's just been fun. Like he's definitely stepped the aggression up a little bit more than you might have typically expected. Polo coming about, hatch, gas, and pool all coming through. So our Nexus continue to come about. Our Cybercore continues in. And we just wait a little bit for this game to develop. How are we doing in the chat, everyone? Hope you're all having a fantastic Monday. Like I say, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, we've got more action for you. Tomorrow and Thursday will be European-timed qualifiers, which means we'll be starting a bit later in the day than usual for some qualifiers for the WardiTV Festival, $3,000 event, which will be happening next week. And then on Wednesday, we'll be live at this sort of time again for another Korean-based qualifier. Those qualifiers are open to anyone. It's just time zone focused. Obviously, the ones through the day are a little bit more favorable to Korean players. The ones in the evenings are a little bit more favored to European players and stuff. But anyone can play in them as they try to qualify into the WardiTV Festival event. $3,000 up for grabs in that one. So looking forward to bringing that through and getting that all going. As we kick off, and just going to be having a Warp Gate coming up. Just going to be seeing a gateway coming through. Get that underway as well. Getting settled here in the early stages. We just have, again, link speed continuing to build up for the moment. Stargate coming by. A couple probes, a Stalker. All coming in as well. Just going to see the Adept continue to come about right now. Adept going to go for a little bit of fire. A couple lings coming over too. Just going to go after the Adept and try and make something to happen there. Just going to see the Queen's just going to go firing it up. And yeah, just going to have that link speed continuing by. Is there a schedule for games this week? Nothing written down, although if you head to I can actually give you a TL link, which should have all the times of the qualifiers for the next 3 days at least written down. Where's it gone? Cool, no one's just, it's just been ages since anyone wrote it. Hang on. Here you go. The start times of all the qualifiers are in this thread, so that's pretty much all the action that we've got coming up this week. Oracle turns around, a drone gonna die. There's a couple drones killed so far. Still got the warp gate coming online. It's gonna be seen. Queen's gonna get there. The Oracle getting pushed back a little bit further. Some layers continue through. Evolution chamber coming about. The few drones are coming in. The Queens are coming in as well. And a lot of this up and ready to go as we have Oracle going to show up and actually going to nibble out a couple of those different drones. Queen going to be there as well. Just going to hit the Oracle also for a few moments. Plus one melee upgrade on the way currently. We do have, again, Twilight Council Forge. A couple of extra gateways all being produced. Oracles will activate once again. Try and find a little bit more damage. We'll just cast ourselves again. Twilight Council and the Forge continuing through. Just going to see a couple gates coming about. Probes on the way. The Adepts will continue around that right-hand side. Still trying to get set up over on the far side with the Oracles and trying to get in for some damage here. Shin is already kind of a rough start, right? 7 drones, a few links throughout the course of the early game. Definitely not what you love to see. As those Adepts begin to hit up a couple more of those creep tumors. Raro, thank you so much for picking the official goat of SC2. It's me. Yeah, 50k points well spent, if I say so myself, as the Lings are again surrounding those Adepts, but it's going to come at a cost. The Oracle's activating means that those Lings do go down pretty swiftly. And plus one Blink still on the way out, couple of gates coming through, extra assimilators are coming through. Extractors on the way from Shin as well. We continue to get all of that on the way up for the moment. Stalker's still fighting, the Lings get chased away. And Templar Archives continues to come around for the moment as well. It's going to be seen at +1 and that Blink continuing to produce on through for the moment. And +1 Blink continuing out, just going to be seeing a few Stalkers will come around as well, firing up a couple of shots straight away. Just going to be seeing the Stalkers hitting those Lings now, so a bit more damage on that. Stalkers will arrive, just going to get rid of the Overlord. Again, nice to be able to knock that down fairly swiftly as MaxPax staying on the map and really trying to hold some aggression with this force out here for the moment. Through Spines continues up as well, so we continue to get that on the go. Just seeing our Lings chasing these Stalkers, and the Stalkers have to back it up a little further. Lings and Queens continue around as well, still just having Storm now on the way. Again, Cannon, Robo Facility building up also as the Lings will start to whack in toward those Stalkers again. A little bit more damage once more coming around. And 4 extra gates coming up, Robotics Facility coming through. General supply blocks has a good stasis ward. The stasis wards have been great for MaxPax, well placed and well taken advantage of, pulling back and letting them get some big damage. Handling Hydra coming across, Stalkers will get pushed away once more. Storm is still producing through, charging +2 on the way. The Observer is building up here. The Oracles get turned around again. The Queen's is going to get there, pushing those Oracles back. And Lurker Hydra continues up. All those Lurkers building. Storm coming online, +2 attacks halfway done. The Prism is over halfway done. You see our Lings coming over there, and they are going to get a wraparound on these Stalkers. But once again, the blink back is okay. MaxPax with that Stargate setup, going to be ready to deal with these Lurkers in the fairly near future. So I think he's going to be timed out pretty well to make sure that that's not too much of an issue. We still just have everything else joining. I mean, I love MaxPax's movement as well, keeping those units to Shin moving back and forth, not giving him time to potentially get across the map or anything along those lines as well. Just having a little storm coming through. Again, Lings and Hydras continuing up. The kicking continues in as well. There's going to be another storm. And we still have our Mortal, our +2 attack, +1 air weapons on the way. Starts getting into that mineral line. Just going to be seeing our Stalkers and our High Templars coming through. Massive Nidus though. Shin, loads of potential damage from that. However, he does need to defend as well, right? I mean, he will do damage, but he will take damage as the main base of MaxPax is looking weak. Whoa, we're going to recall into that. That's a lot of lurkers we recall into. We need a revelation straight away here. He does know there's lurkers there, right? Didn't drop a revelation. I don't think MaxPax knew there was lurkers there. Oh, that was a horrible recall. An absolutely horrendous recall, actually. I mean, that could not have gone worse for him. Tempest production is going to be halted in a moment as Stargate's under heavy fire. And was he right? I mean, I felt like he was doing so well across the map. He recalls to protect his main, does not end up protecting his main. 2 Tempests out currently. I mean, they're going to start chipping their way through this, but obviously losing the main base production, it's just so expensive to replace all of that. Oh, he had an Observer with the recall? Oh, my bad. Apologies, I missed that. I was just expecting a Revelation to come down. I'm kind of surprised he didn't Revelate anyways, because usually you want to Revelate just because then even if your Observer goes down, you still have that vision available, right, man? The entire main goes down. What a Nidus from Shin. Nidus used to its maximum effect right there. So continue to press forward one more time. Because of firing it up, again, a simulator, pylon taking some more shots. Have you seen our triple Stargate still on the way? Currently about halfway done. Mothership will finish shortly. +1 air weapons about to be done as well. We do have +2 missile attack coming in from Shin. But yeah, at this point, obviously, MaxPax is in a ton of trouble. I wonder if he would have just been full-on better off to not recall and to instead just to kind of base trade it. I honestly did feel like he was killing so much on the other side of the map. He obviously saw the threat of losing his main base, but now we know that happened anyway, and he lost a ton of units trying to stop it. At this point, MaxPax will struggle to spend money, and obviously struggling to mine as well, so he doesn't even have that much money to spend. And Shin is probably going to win. Yeah, well, you know, Cloak comes up, Time Warps, couple Storms is going to say win the game on this fight on the high ground. Not quite the case, or maybe he will be still. Actually, he does hold his ground. MaxPax will not type out, but I think a fight like that definitely determines that there's not going to be much breaking Shin down in the near future. A couple of abducts, once again, bringing a couple units forwards. Oracle's going down, the Zealots and the Tempests and everything, trying to move through as well. 9 more Hydras in production, as obviously Shin is going untouched at home. And this means that we are going to get ourselves a Game 5. Which is extremely exciting, so we're going to get that Game 5 coming up shortly. Probes going down as we just find access to a different mineral line. MaxPax trying to rebuild a fleet beacon, maybe feeling as though Tempest are the only answer he has, but we do actually have Spire on the way up from Shin, which means that he will eventually just be able to make Corruptors against those Tempests as well, so that will not be a forever solution on the side of MaxPax. "13 probes have just fallen recently again, remember, so again that economy's getting worse and worse. And yeah, Shin is gonna take us all the way to Game 5. And there's a couple of Lings getting after the probes, all coming through, a couple of Zealots here getting surrounded as well. Lings, Hydras, and Lurkers getting across to clear that out. Spore Crawler goes down, just gonna see a couple Tempests firing away. Nidus be in some trouble as well. More Spines and the +2 melee coming, about 8 additional Corruptors being brought through too. A couple of Nexus on the way in. I mean, we're trying to rebuild those, but just as one finishes, this one's going to die. Replace some Nexus elsewhere as well. Hard to make this one exciting, guys. I feel like we know the resolution of this, which is eventually MaxPax is going to tap out. Especially as Corruptors show up, they should just be good enough to really kind of take out this air threat, which is maybe the one thing that Shin is just cautious of right now. Like I said, I think that's the one thing that's stopping him from just sending it. Army gathering. Just going to be seeing a few Corruptors coming about. Carriers moving through. Just will come up in the back of this main. Or at least attempt to. Zerg going to charge in and try and play cleanup. 12 new lurkers from Shin, and still really just counting down to what we expect to be a very convincing finale. Shin is going to dive up the left-hand side. I mean, you are attacking into a defensively placed MaxPax, which is a little scary, but I mean, you've got the 5th base up, you've got the economy going, you've got the tech units out. Predator Spire on the way, so you can go Broodlords eventually. I mean, I don't think you really want to go Broodlords until you've cleaned up the air forces, but what you're probably thinking is, hey, let's get a Greater Spire up so that if I do clean out the air army, I can make use of any leftover Corruptors. May as well have that ready to use rather than anything else. Next will go down. There's an Abduct for the Mothership, so that will be a maybe not a victim claimed. Okay, a second Abduct had to come through. Obviously another base for MaxPax falling here. He will not leave until his air army is defeated, but we can obviously all see that this air army is not far from being defeated. Shin has just been very cautious, and I think rightfully so. I mean, getting a few more Corruptors, and this is going to be even more convincing. He's in no rush. He's going to actually deny the Stargates as well in that left-hand side. He's actually going to start going now. I feel like after being so patient, he may as well have just waited for the extra Corruptors, but GG is going to be called, so it doesn't really matter. And Shin takes it to 2-2, and our Game 5 will be played to the top left-hand side. The blue Protoss player was unable to, again, stabilize off that Nidus, made a bit of a bad call and a recall. This is MaxPax in the top left side of the map. Thanks for the great games today. No worries. Again, thank you so much for supporting it, guys. I appreciate all the subs that have come through today. It's been amazing to see. It really has been great for us. It's been a really, it's been actually a really great day of games. MaxPax top left, Shin bottom right. Just to go through the update, the intros. Has been one hell of a day. Fun stuff. Like I say, this tournament is guaranteed for the next 2 Mondays in September at $400. In October, we're going to be guaranteeing this tournament. Might have a little bit less prize pool depending on what we can round together, but we will continue to put that out as well. So it's a great time to be around and casting some games at StarCraft 2, man. Feels good. Feels good. Well, we have again hatch gas pool and Zetra coming through for a moment, so we get everything underway and we wait for action to break out here on Oceanborn. And Stargate coming through. Drones are going to pull, and we are going to go for drone pull all in. Wow. What a way to end this series. Okay. So I was not really expecting that, but I mean, we caught 19 drones. You've heard of the link flood, but this is the drone pool link flood, and this just something. I mean, MaxPax has no idea at all, by the way. I mean, he didn't scout with the probe or anything. He's just clueless. This is very bad. He's going to get straight in. He didn't even need the drones to help drill through. He needs to move the drones out of the way to give the link surface area on the pylon. One stalker pops out. Pylon will go down. A couple Lings going to start chasing that Stalker. Some drones as well, so that Stalker will be hunted. Adept is coming back home. The Stalker is going to slowly deal with that. Ling speed's not far from finishing. More Lings obviously being made with some of the money that we've got from the home. Adept is there. I mean, honestly, it's kind of wild that Ling speed's not even done yet. This was such an easy breakthrough. And obviously, as Ling speed finishes, reinforcements will come across the map so much more quickly as well. Lings and drones up into the main gun. Try and go for the Stargate. It's obviously a big deal because if the Oracle pops out, that's a pretty good way to defend this. We are going to get a lot of probes here, but of course, with all the drones pulled, you need to get a lot of probes. Oracle pops, you want to run away from that right now. Do not let that Oracle actually deal damage with its pulsar beam. On the low ground, the Stalker goes down. The few Lings are going to gather up, go after the Pylon here, but no, they're going to go back into the main base. Double Pylon on the Stargate. I think MaxPax has actually got a defense out of this. Looks terrible for him, but the Stargate and Oracle coming online. The Ling's going to turn around, going to go after the Pylon, and I think we're going to have a defense made. No! Okay, what a great time for Lag Spike. Well, just to really build up the excitement at the very end here, we're going to have a slight lag as Saber is going to gap tap out. All right, so back into it we go. I do not think you can ever kill the Pylons on the Stargate. Having double Pylon there, I think, is way too powerful. That said, the Lings can just fight the probes. The Oracle currently out of energy, so that is the issue, is that the Oracle does not have the energy to keep this going. Oracle turns around, a few Lings getting taking some damage. Continue to go back and forth here. The Lings running about like crazy, trying to drain that Oracle energy. I think MaxPax is always just doing a little bit too much. I mean, there's more Lings in the way, though. And the Oracles only have so much energy. He can't afford another Oracle is a big deal. Actually, that's a huge deal. The fact he can't afford another Oracle, I think actually maybe MaxPax still dies just to more Lings because these Oracles can't regain energy fast enough to deal with the Lings that are still being made. So now the other probes are going down. This has been a chaotic game. How do you even call this one? Well, there you go. I think MaxPax, like I say, he just didn't have enough money continuing to come in to keep building Oracles, and so GG will be called. And Shin comes in with the upset victory, 3-2 over MaxPax. I thought he had it easy. I thought MaxPax had defended it, and then Shin actually did have it with the